PDFs are a popular document format for a lot of reasons, including cross-platform compatibility. If prepared correctly, they always look the same no matter what kind of device you're looking at them on. But creating a fully accessible PDF isn't as easy as it should be, and making one with interactive elements like form fields is exceptionally laborious, especially if you don't have a license for the ideal tools. See our InDesign and PDF accessibility playlists for all of the details on that process. Even when you've done everything right, a screen reader user can only access and fill out your PDF if they have Acrobat installed on their computer. Unless you use a platform like DocuSign or Adobe Sign and use it well, they can't be filled out in the browser. PDFs often open in a browser by default, even when the user has Acrobat installed, which can lead to reports of inaccessible documents even after you've gone through all the effort to prepare it correctly. These are some of the reasons why I encourage use of web-based forms instead. When you're using a tool like Google Forms or Microsoft Forms, you're using it for exactly what it's meant to do. Create a web-based form that you can share out with a specific or wide audience. Google Forms is a free platform that only requires a Google account. It has a variety of question types available, including short and long answer, multiple choice, and checkboxes. At the time that this video was written, the most problematic option available is linear scale, as the labels on the number options are not announced when navigating with a screen reader. Microsoft Forms may be the preferred web-based form for your institution if you are using Microsoft accounts. For the most part, these are also accessible for people using Access technology, but there are a few things to understand about the available question types. The ranking question type should not be used. The button labels are not sufficient for screen reader users, and it will sometimes mistakenly read the names of adjacent questions instead of telling you what that button is supposed to do. The rating question type can only be navigated with left and right arrows, even though JAWS will advise users to use up and down arrows, as is expected when navigating radio buttons. Inconsistencies like this happen when designers use ARIA attributes incorrectly. If you are a web designer, make sure that you fully understand ARIA attributes and their purpose before using them. It's better not to use them than to use them incorrectly. The Net Promoter Score question type is technically accessible, but tedious, as the screen reader will read the entire question before the number as you navigate your options. One of the main arguments for using a PDF form instead of a web form is that some people need hard copy versions of the document. If that's the case for the form you're making, this is a fair reason not to use Google or Microsoft Forms. They don't print nicely for users. But did you know that if you open a Google form as its editor, you can print a usable paper copy? Why this only works in edit mode is a mystery I can't answer. Users might have a lot of reasons to print your web-based content. Some conditions can make looking at an electronic display painful or impossible, leading to a preference for hard copy materials and analog magnification devices. If you are or have a web designer, it isn't hard to make an accessible online form that also prints a fillable hard copy. Whenever you're designing any interactive content in HTML, it's important to spend some time working on your print selector to make sure that people who create a hard copy will have equal access. This can mean printing the transcript of an embedded video, having a key that appears only when printing your interactive graphic, or replacing your drop-down menu with checkboxes so that the user can see all of the options. So how do you decide what the best option is for your form? If you have the skills and resources to do a custom web-based form with print styling, you always should. It's the most robust and universal option. If you're doing a quick registration or feedback form that doesn't require a signature, Google and Microsoft Forms are a solid option. In some cases, requiring an account login is secure enough to substitute for a signature. You should only use an interactive PDF if you have the skills and resources to make it accessible, and it's best to distribute it using a platform like DocuSign or Adobe Sign so that the end user doesn't have to install specific software to access it.